Beach Energy have their public information today at the Penola Bowling Club. I have gone in and spoken to their PR representative. They're extremely helpful. There's a lot of staff there helping out. On the way back from Penola, having been to the Beach Energy Public Information Day at the Penola Bowling Club, it was very well attended and it was really excellent. I walked in there was a great, very simple display along the wall which showed all the different mining practices of areas that they're working in, the amount of work they've got going on in South Australia and the Otway Basin. What was very, very impressive was their staff. Their staff were extremely helpful. The moment I walked in there and stood there, I was standing there just having a look at going off and having a look at the different things that were in the room. A lady came over, asked me if I would like some attention, if I would like some help, if I would like some information. I explained to her that I would like to do some filming of the display in the area, and they said that I would have to speak to their public relations lady, who I met, Sylvia, and she was also extremely helpful. I explained the situation of what I was doing, a documentary on the use of resources in the region. She explained that those sort of questions would have to be asked by their MD, which I think is great. The fact that there can be a direct link between people who want to know information and the Managing Director of Beach Energy is the way it should be. No obfuscation between different intermediaries. If we can go directly to people and speak directly to people, it makes getting the truth of stories so much easier to do. I wasn't allowed to film in the day, and for a major organisation to be able to get a message across, they kind of need, if you can understand that point, to have a target market which is organised, as for example the Shut the Gate group are, and I'm not associated with the Shut the Gate group, but as a person who's going to make an objective documentary or get information going backwards and forward between the two groups, my association has nothing to do with my personal interests or personal expectations. It's business. My business is telling a story. Beach Resources' business is developing resources in a region. The people who live in the region who are opposed to it, their business is the agricultural resources. And so you have two opposing camps, and unfortunately in the middle you have a barrier. But look, honestly, the people for Beach Energy were very impressive. They were excellent. Their willingness to talk, their openness to talk was limited by the fact they have to be controlled by their professional expectations. When I get back to Rome, I will sit down in my studio. I have got an email from Sylvia, the PR operations manager who was there at Penola Bowling Club today, and I will send her the list of questions that I obtained from the members off of the Limestone Coast Alliance Facebook page, and get those forwarded to their MD, and hopefully we'll be able to arrange a meeting to sit down and he can give the answers to them. That's the way to do things. Ambushing, I'm not in favour of that at all. It was much more easier for me and much more comfortable for me, and I'm sure for the people who work for Beach Resources. It was simply much better for me to go in there today, off camera, introduce myself and see if we can open some doors for dialogue. The doors are there, and I will be able to get those half a dozen questions that I've got from the people off of the Limestone Coast Alliance website page at Facebook, forward them on to the Managing Director at Beach Energy, and he will be able to answer them with the fairness of time as well. Let's not ambush people. Let's put him in a position where he's got a fair chance to look at the questions and give a balanced and fully fledged answer. And it's not easy to answer a question easily when it's an emotive question and people want an answer, and you're being put in a spot where it's got to be balanced and measured. And that's hopefully what will happen through having dialogue with Beach Energy directly. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and let's see where this develops to.